Will the cryptocurrency market manage to break past the next resistance of $250 billion and then creep upwards and manage to break the previous resistance of $260 billion? Well, we're going to be looking at different price action, a bit of a market update with BTCUSD, if USD, and see where the next resistances and supports are, and possibly look at where the market can be going in the next few days and weeks. Afterwards, some nice, interesting news. First of all, which is a bit unfortunate, is a Bitcoin trading ban or actually buying Bitcoin in Iran has been banned. Holding Bitcoin and trading Bitcoin is being legalized in China, which is positive. Then we'll quick look at Vechain and its patents. Furthermore, AT&T, some adaptation, that's very nice. AT&T has allowed their customers to pay with BTC and other cryptocurrencies. And to top it off is Facebook rolling out their coin. So this is very exciting. I'm Kieran from CryptoBoost, and I'm very happy to have you here with me today. Today's 24th May 2019. It's a Friday, and I'm looking forward to the weekend. I hope you're enjoyed your week, it wasn't too stressful, and you've got some nice plans for the weekend. And cut to the chase. I'll stop babbling and get started with the global cryptocurrency market. Now, we've been creeping up, having a bit of a slump on the 23rd of May. However, we recovered nicely and we're creeping up towards a $250 billion resistance. Now, the question is, of course, if we're going to manage to break past that resistance. We've had a bit of a decrease in volume, which is unfortunate, but it's just a slight decrease. Now, talking about price action, I think it's important that we first look at BTCUSD as it's at a critical point at the moment. If I take my nice pen, my tool here, we're actually been bouncing around this trend line here, this upwards trend line. We had this massive crash on the 16th, actually it was the 17th of May. However, we managed to recover nicely, and we've had a reversal, a nice push back up, and a higher low again on the 23rd of May, which is very positive. That's very positive. Now the question, of course, is, are we going to manage to break past this resistance of around $8,200 to $8,300 area, as there's a lot of sell volume at this area. Unfortunately, we've got decreasing volume, which is to be expected due to the uncertainty of the investors in the market at the moment. Now, if you're dollar cost averaging and so on, and it's smaller amounts, then I'd suggest maybe to look at the altcoin market at the moment and see where Bitcoin is going in the next few days, few weeks. Now, of course, it's possible that it manages to break past this very strong resistance of $8,200. Then if it manages to break past that and manages to reach a new high, then I would consider maybe going back into dollar cost averaging in BTC, as in my opinion, if it manages to break past this resistance, it's going to go and reach the sky, which be around the 9,000 USD level. Now, in my opinion, this is a very important range here, the 8,000 USD range, because if we look at the weekly time frame, and here we've got the weekly now. I need to scale this down a bit. And the thing is, the last time we've had this was around July 2018. We had that top, and it's a very strong resistance. We've had multiple touch points, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Now, if we look at the RSI, of course, we're massively overbought, which is a bit of a negative signal, which indicates the possibility that we're going to have a bit of a correction is higher. But we're going to have to see. Sometimes the cryptocurrency market moves in ways that we don't anticipate as traders. So we have to anticipate every scenario possible. So should they manage to break this resistance, then it's going to be very bullish. So that's for that's for BTCUSD. Now let's hop over to Ethereum. Now Ethereum as well has been following in the footsteps of BTCUSD, but the good thing is with Ethereum at the moment is that the exchange rate to BTC is very low. So me personally, I like to consider Ethereum as a second choice for my dollar cost averaging, since BTC and ETHUSD have been long time players in the cryptocurrency space. Now, of course, it's not financial advice. Just want to remind you, let's continue. Now, the next resistance is at around $270. And the same thing with BTCUSD. Here, ETHUSD is also at a very overbought position around the 70 range. After a bit of a sideways action, it's going to be interesting to see if this is actually a bull flag and we'll manage to break past. But of course, we're going to have to wait and see if we get this confirmation break above the $270 range. And then it's going to be a change in scenario. And I'm very, very excited about that. However, should the price go back down, I'm not going to be too sad, because that just means I can accumulate some more. And in my opinion, I'm bullish on the long term, even if I might seem bearish on short term price action. Now let's continue with news, fundamental news, which is important, and that's with a ban on buying Bitcoin through local Bitcoins in Iran. And I think this is very unfortunate, but yeah, let's read about it. Local Bitcoins has officially shut off services for Iran-based users, a move that follows weeks of rising riot trading volumes on the platform. The Helsinki-based peer-to-peer exchange has not explicitly said why Iranians are suddenly being cut off from its service, though US sanctions are almost certainly the cause. News of the move first circulated across local language Telegram's channels earlier this week, and the exchange had blocked Iranians. Users reported encountering problems in posting new trades and updating previous ones on the website. A message also appeared on the platform, Iran's country page that I've read. Unfortunately, local Bitcoins is currently not available in your selected country. So this is very, very unfortunate for Iranians wanting to diversify their assets, maybe buy some Bitcoin to hedge against inflation or uncertainties in the political situation in Iran. But it's very unfortunate that this should happen. However, if someone really wants to buy Bitcoin, of course, local Bitcoins offers a platform to help users find each other and facilitate trades, especially for trades of a higher amount. That makes it much easier and safer. But if users still manage to find a way to connect with each other, like buyers and sellers can connect with each other, then it makes things easier. However, if these trades are international trades, then it's going to be difficult without a platform to do that. Now, in local exchanges, rates are unfavorable in many instances, while total volume of assets is low. For instance, you can barely find 2 Bitcoins for sale in any given day. So here they're explaining that even though people have the option for buying Bitcoin locally, very often the prices are very bad. So that's why people are Iranians are going to local Bitcoins online platform to find sellers for a better price. Sanctions are likely a cause, so local Bitcoins did not respond to several requests for comments on the reasons behind its decisions to ban Iranians. But almost undoubtedly, the escalating maximum pressure campaign of the US against Iran has prompted the Finnish website to block Iranian users. So the ban is probably coming from the US and not from the Iranian government. And yes, it's interesting to see, but very often these things are probably going to happen when some countries are going to try and put pressure on other countries, and it's going to be felt mostly by decentralized cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, because bigger countries don't like when the population has access to something that they cannot control, and that's the case with Bitcoin. They cannot control who who sends Bitcoin, how much is being sent, and where it's been sent to. In my opinion, that's one reason why I really am passionate about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin in particular, is because of this decentralization aspect, this aspect that no one can control what you do with your money and so on. But on a political level, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because countries can block exchanges and can block platforms which help users to transact in these cryptocurrencies. But I'm gonna think it's going to be interesting and see what kind of options they find to avoid this ban. Now, users will be forced to resort to person-to-person transaction and trusting each other, which increases risks of fraud, setbacks to the local community, and days Bitcoin prevalence. Trujando also believes that excluding users from any country due to political reasons runs counter to the very decentralized nature of Bitcoin. New alternatives emerge. Still, local Iranians seeking to buy and sell cryptocurrencies are not without options. This is good to hear. The restrictions are increasingly pushing Iranians towards truly decentralized exchanges that won't discriminate based on nationality, and that's fantastic. And I hope they do find some better options than local bitcoins, which, due to the pressure of the US government, had to ban Iran. And in my opinion, as soon as they ban one country, it's possible that US pressures local bitcoins to ban other countries. Very, very unfortunate news, but that's to be expected with cryptocurrency that cannot be controlled by the government. On a more positive light, China holding Bitcoins, BTC, and peer-to-peer over-the-counter transaction trading is legal in China, and that's fantastic. China is a huge market for cryptocurrency and blockchain-related products. Good news for the Chinese crypto community. Xiao Wei, a council member of the Law Research Association of the Bank of China, shared with the local media that despite the ban, Chinese citizens can safely hold bitcoins without this being considered a crime or an illegal activity. That's fantastic news. At least it's become legal. In 2013, China gave a clear definition of the legal nature of Bitcoin itself, a specific virtual commodity, that is, its status as a property. The general principles of civil law implemented on October 1st, 2017 reconfirmed that virtual property is protected by Chinese law, and that's very, very bullish news. Likewise, being crypto a legal property, over-the-counter trading is not considered a crime, which is that's positive. The expert explains that according to the laws, this would be an act of disposition of power. Xiao's statement provides some clarity to the ecosystem. The Chinese government has a restrictive policy that seeks to reduce the activities associated with cryptocurrencies, especially because of the negative perception that exists around the ecosystem. So this is very good news. China is a massive market, just due to the population and possibility that there is over there. And they're also developing a lot of new AI tools and cashless systems. They're very advanced on these areas, and being able to even also transact more with cryptocurrencies means that a lot more capital can enter the market, and that's fantastic. Very happy about this news. Talking about Vechain, I'm a big fan of Vechain. Remember, this is all my personal opinion. I made a video a day ago talking about Vechain's price prediction, and here's some more information which I believe just strengthens the opportunities and potential growth that Vechain as a company has. Now, talking about patents, the Vechain project, which has secured several partnerships since the start of 2019, is reportedly one of the top 10 companies globally that has the most blockchain patents. So there's quite a lot of companies, some very known ones, Alibaba, IBM, MasterCard, and so on. And Vechain is on the 10th place for its blockchain patents, which is very, very good news. And it also explains why Deloitte and PwC are very interested in working with Vechain to help their clients. Now, Chinese news outlet Security Daily reported the story a list of companies that have applied for blockchain patents, and it includes e-commerce giants like JD.com, Alibaba, internet companies, Tencent and Baidu, all very important Chinese companies. Other ones like IBM, MasterCard and so on. China has the most number of patents in this space, and talking about the previous article, this is also very good news and shows that China is going to be a big player in the future for blockchain space. And here they've got around 48% of blockchain patents, while the United States is second with 21% of patents in the space. Very, very bullish, and I like this a lot. Talking about AT&T, and this is very good for adoption, and that's because AT&T's 153 million customers now have the possibility to pay their bills with cryptocurrency. Now, cryptocurrency is apparently on the minds of the biggest companies all over the world, and that's very good. Now, it's not anymore scared of cryptocurrency and trying to ban it. Well, probably some countries, yes, but it's a sign that adoption is really starting to get running and starting up. And since it's on the minds of people, minds of companies, then new developments are happening faster than any time before. Now, every day we are seeing successful multinational businesses jump into the crypto game. AT&T just announced that we'll be accepting Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash for payments. We're always happy for looking for ways to improve and expand our service. We have customers who use cryptocurrency, and we are happy we can offer them a way to pay their bills with the method they prefer. And that's very, very good news. I like it because, first of all, even though many of these 150 million people will not know that they have this possibility, but just the awareness part alone is very valuable. So there's the possibility that hear about it and they get interested and they start learning more about cryptocurrency in general, just because a known company offers that option. And it also puts other companies in a situation where they have to remain competitive and consider if they also want to implement these options, because clients in the future, they're going to be choosing companies possibly based on which payment methods they're allowing. So very good news, happy about this. And CZ also is very bullish on that, and it's really not a small company, not a small user base, and it's spreading, and he's talking about cryptocurrency adoption. Facebook, let's talk about Facebook. So Facebook's to roll out the Globalcoin. So they've been talking about rolling out cryptocurrency coin for a while, and it's going to be called Globalcoin. And I think this is also very good news, even though I'm like split on the opinion that Facebook should have a cryptocurrency, but it's still a good path towards mainstream adoption. So social media giant Facebook is set to roll out its own cryptocurrency dubbed Globalcoin in 2020, according to a report from BBC. The news and broadcasting organization said on Friday that Facebook is planning to launch the cryptocurrency-based payment system in a dozen countries by the first quarter of 2020, and is looking to start trials by the end of this year. Now, one thing I like about this project is the simplicity of it. It's going to allow many users who have no technical knowledge about cryptocurrency. For them, installing any tools on the computer is a nightmare because they don't understand it. It's going to be probably a push the button easy system where people won't have to think. And I think that's what is necessary to get the ball rolling and more people interested in cryptocurrency as a whole. So all in all, I'm quite happy that Facebook is moving into this area, even though there are some downsides, and that is that Facebook already has so much information on its users, and knowing even more about their financial information is just like a bit too much in my opinion. So I won't be using this Facebook Globalcoin, since I deactivated my Facebook a while ago, but hopefully many people will be using it in the soon and will promote cryptocurrency adoption. So the news comes amid recent reports that Facebook has been in talks with payment firms, including Western Union, Visa and MasterCard, to back and fund its planned fiat-based cryptocurrency. The project is said to be developing a cryptocurrency helping Facebook's billions of users transfer money to each other and to make online purchases. So very, very interesting. I'm excited to see how this will play